Hello and welcome to a recording of Surviving Mars. I have just downloaded the game. I played a few minutes of it just to get a handle of it, but I haven't played as yet 36 minutes, just to get a handle of how to begin the game. It seems pretty simple and straightforward, so hopefully this won't be a bad introduction video. I plan on doing a playthrough. I don't know how long it's going to take, but hopefully it will be informative and entertaining. Happy to take criticism in the comments below. This is a new channel, but please keep it civil in the conversation. That's all I ask. So we won't go into all these mod editor and stuff because I'm not good with mod editing. I don't know how to create mods, but I'm more than happy to download a mod. If you can think of a good one that's been made, I'm more than happy to do a playthrough or do a few minutes of playthroughs with the new mod showing you how the different things work. So we'll just start a new game. Okay, don't know what happened just then. You can choose a whole heap of different things, and I'm not going to be fussy. I'm just going to take what they give me to start off with, the basic starting off. Now, so what I've got here is I've got $26.7 billion to buy an extra rocket to bring more resources down. So I've got 4 buildings. I've got a drone hub which helps create an area effect where drones can work in. It also acts as a refueling station or repowering station because they would have they work on batteries, not petrol. This will create water for colonists for later on, so it's good to have it. You don't need it necessarily straight away, but it's good to have it before you start getting colonists. You start building these. This is for when you want to send rockets back to Earth. Again, the whole point of the game seems to be that you find resources, mine the resources, send them back to Earth, and make money, while at the same time colonizing Mars. This is just like a little power generator. It's kind of weak, but it's very good to start off with. This helps. These 3 are the component pieces that you make. So these are the things you'd send back to Earth once you've made them. So you don't start off with any because this is like this is a mid to late game thing. We'll just go back one. RC rovers. These actually carry drones, and they act like a small drone hub. The drones will work in a radius. We'll see how that works in the game. So you have one of those to start off with. You only really need one if you want to start off with, because once you start getting to the game, you just build more of these. You can buy more on the next shuttle and get more of them coming in. The Explorer. There are different colored markers on the map, and this thing will help find different resources and different technology boosts. This thing is like a mining vessel. It will actually mine resources for you and bring them to your supply depots. These are the drones. So these little things are the ones that the rover will control, and so will the hub. And these are just building materials. Concrete is your main base of your structure. Metal for the infrastructure, food for feeding, polymers, machine parts, electronics, and will help build more advanced buildings, and also you can send them back to Earth. Orbital probes. These will help you probe certain areas of the Martian surface so that you can find a proper place to land, and also find better resources to mine. So we'll just go to the next menu option. And now this is again, these are suggested by the game as possible areas to colonize. And as you can see down here, it changes. So there's a few metal, a lot of concrete, a little bit of water. Storms aren't too bad, meteors aren't too bad, but there's cold waves. Unless you get the heaters. Research heaters so that the colonists don't freeze in their domes, and the water, apparently the water will freeze in the pipes, so you've got to be very careful about cold fronts. Let's see, good metal, good concrete, good water. So that's a very good starting spot. No cold waves, a lot of meteors. So I guess the equator will be where the meteors hit a lot. Let's see. So you can just see, yeah, so around the middle, you can see that meteors are really big around the middle, and as you come down, they do drop it. Oh, they're going back up again. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna pick a predetermined site or just click that. I'm just gonna hit random and accept it. Poor concrete at the beginning of the game is very bad because that's going to be your basic building material, but like I said, I'm just going to pick a random colony and then start the game. Okay. Hopefully this will be a decent playthrough.
Welcome to Mars.
Okay, so this basically just says you have arrived. If you want to quickly read that, you can. I'm just going to just pause the video if you want. I'm just going to close it off. Okay. These are tips and hints for the game. So this here is the area that's been scanned for you, and here you got a 10 by 10 square. My plan really is to not build anywhere on the outside. I want to just mine all that in and then start building within the central squares. But as you can see, this is all unbuildable. I'm not sure if you can mine the mountains out flat or terraform anything. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I'm still new to the game. This is a very bad place to start just because... I'll actually pause the game because I'm wasting time here. There's no water. I can mine resources for sure, but I've got no water. I can't feed any colonists, grow any plants without water. So that's what these probes are for. We'll just click on one, and as you can see, when the little square gets green as you get over it, and there's a high chance of getting metals and concrete, concrete and metals again. So I want to look for anything that's connected to this one that has water as a potential. And as you can see, there's nothing that has water. So I'm going to have to go out one. And there's absolutely no... Ooh, there was... Seems to be a lot of concrete for a map with no concrete. So maybe concrete in general is just there we go, water. So let's scan that. No resources. So you can see that here there's 3 resources. This one has nothing. That little square is quite a large area as well when you're looking at building. So you really got to be very careful. You've got to be able to have a bit of... You can get the water vapor condensers, which take the moisture out of the air, but they're very small. They don't do a lot of work. So there's water.
Milestone achieved.
Found water on Mars. Okay. So this little yellow thing, this is what your research rover will look at. It will research that, and you'll actually get the possibility of a research boost or possibly another resource. Okay. So I don't want to... I need water and concrete. That's the 2 things I need next to each other. It's very important to find them next to each other. There we go, right here. So if I land my rocket just on this line or thereabouts, I've got 2 research potentials. Concrete to mine. And water. Oh, lots of water. A little bit of concrete. A little bit of concrete. Okay. So, one more drone. Oh, perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably put the rocket like smack bam there, like where the crossover would have been, and unexplored, explored. If you want to turn your rocket, you on my mouse pad, it's the scroll wheel, and you just tap it, and that will rotate the rocket. That will just change the way it opens. It doesn't really affect the gameplay or anything, but wherever that where the grid is, wherever the grid is highlighted, you can't actually build within that zone. That's the only thing it affects. So you want to be able to get to concrete and more water and more concrete. So if I put them in the middle somewhere, that gives me a good area to build. So the rocket's going to come down, open up, and sector C7. Okay, so that's good. Yep. Oh, I've unpaused as well.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Okay, so we'll go here again. I'll just quickly pause that so we're not wasting time. So these are research potentials, and then you got breakthroughs, which are just bonus research. So in here you can see that there are quite a few research options. Breakthroughs are pretty much the same. You can get the same amount. So there's about 20 or so, just guesstimating the look of that. There are about 20 of them, but the breakthroughs, there could be about 100 in the game, but you can only get 20 per gameplay. I'm not exactly sure about the total amount, and some of them are they're all pretty good. They all give you a boost, but there are quite a few that are very particularly good. And if I ever find them, I'll let you know what they are. So with research, you've got the potential to research these things, and this one here. So what you do is you just left click on one of them. You get 300 research per day, and these take 1,000 research. So a little over 3 days to research something. Okay, so this is good if you don't want to build a lot of storage area and you just want to condense everything. But again, it's not really a huge deal. This will be good later on, but even though this is later on, because you're not going to be sending anything off just yet, this next one might be better than this. So just because it doesn't look too good doesn't mean you shouldn't research it. You really got to research them all anyway. Again, you don't have any people starting early on. Deep scan. Ooh, so these are okay. So that's a good one for your next rocket, because you can, depending on how you start, you do have the option of buying more rockets and bringing more resources over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, again, I'm not fussed about it. You do have to research them all, so I'm just going to collect all of them. I do believe you can only do 5 at a time. So whenever you finish this one, the next one will pop up, and you just research them. If you are particular about how you play your games, you might skip biotech for a while and just focus on engineering, because if you've played the game a few times, you might know that within a particular field you're going to get a very good boost to your gameplay. So you might just focus on physics and robotics or something, and you just keep getting those built up until you get to a certain level, and then you might go back to the others. It's up to you how you play your game. I don't want to make these too long. Again, I try to make them half an hour, but they always seem to go way over. Okay, so let's see if I can... oh, there we go. Okay. I don't care about the tips. The whole point is to play. Okay, so... I'll close that. There we go. Okay, so now I've got the 3 rovers out. This one is my... drones. You can see the little drones coming out of it. So what they do is they build things. Whoa, I've got a lot of drones. Whoa. Okay, I didn't think I had that many. So what they do is they will just build your outposts, build everything, and they'll also carry resources from area to area. So what you want to do is, you can see that this blue outline is where the drones will work within the radius of this vehicle. And this blue outline is where the drones will work within the radius of this rocket. So as long as they're within this radius, they will function. The first thing you've got to do is you've got to build power and concrete extraction. They're the 2 main ones to start off with. So let's see, we'll build the basic batteries. here. So you start off with 2 of these. Actually, I want to build the power line. I want to build that first. Okay. Okay, you can see the drone is now going to build that. The power line. Hang on a minute. I have no metal to build the power line, so how do I build the power to function this? Concrete extractor. Okay. Drones are moving around, but they're not really doing much. So I'm going to send for another rocket. And I'm going to get a whole heap of resources. So what's that? That's 5,000 kilos each. Metals, polymers. Let's just get basic stuff. I don't really need drones. I've got enough drones, prefabs. I do want to get the drones moving. Might just get one of each and see if I can afford that. Oh, awesome. One of each. 5,000. Is there anything here that's only 1,000? Orbital probe. Don't really... I'll get a drone. Launch that. Okay, so zoom back out. So what you can do is you can click on one of these, and what will happen is it will start scanning the area. It does take a bit longer than a drone because the drone will be instantaneous, whereas this actually takes a bit of time. So you can see it's 1% scanned and it's just taking a long time. This is a good way to scan a part of the map away from you, and then you can just get more orbital drones to scan the perimeter of where you are. So let's see. Why won't they build this? By drones when all necessary resources have been brought. That's right, I've got to build storage. So let's build a universal storage. Let's build a few of them. And hopefully this will take the resources off the rocket and stock them here. Okay, so this one I will move over here and have him near the building area. RC transport. So I'm looking for a rocky outcrop. Is this it? No, that's not it. There doesn't seem to actually be anything for him to do. Let's get him researching. Okay, so they're taking everything from the rocket and placing it here, and your rocket has no fuel, so you want a refueling station. So the next rocket that comes down, I will place the refueling station. I'll place the rocket next to each other, so the other one will be parked right here, and then I'll try to have a this area. Let's see if I can zoom out. Well, I'll try to have this area here as my building area. You do want to have your domes built near the metal resource and the water resource. That way the water and metal will be pumped directly into the dome, and you can make your resources send back to Earth or build better equipment. Now, to power this, I need to build a power line from the power station, but for some reason I have no metal. So what's on here? I have but no metal. This is confusing. you can't power this without electricity. You can't have electricity without metal. So why would they send you to a planet without metal? Pretty sure I haven't screwed this up. Okay, drone hub. Let's rotate that slightly. Okay, so that should have been a prefab, so that will automatically build. Recharge stations, there's one on each side, so I don't need to build any extra ones. Sensor tower, don't really need it just yet. Don't need it. That's for... Let's zoom out again. So let's just say you had a flat plain here, a mountain range here, and then this was below that. You can't actually move through the mountain range. I think you just build a tunnel which goes under and comes back out here, or wherever you want it to exit. So the tunnel is pretty good for later on, because instead of having the drone drive all the way, I would assume it'd have to drive all the way up here to come around and back out. You can actually just build a tunnel under here to come out here, and that will save on batteries, because the vehicles all have batteries in them and they all have a limited range. This thing cannot actually do anything. I'm not seeing any resource outcrops. Oh wait a minute, here. This might be a metal outcrop where you can get, okay.
Though initially fruitless, we recalibrated the operating spectrum for our scans, and voila!
Ah, so that's a research. So the very first research is finished? No. Oh, wait a minute, that'll be the... okay. So he's done some research, found some more water. So let's send him over here. Scanned an anomaly. No, it's not working. Yeah, for some reason they didn't have any metal. Okay, so if you're wondering why they've spread it out, these things actually take 30,000 of each material. Whereas you can just build the standard storage, 180 of each. And they're only 2 wide long. So this is just a basic resource center, whereas you can have specialized. So if you're going to build a dome, you want them to have metal storage so that people can come out, grab the metal, bring it in, and then on the other side you might have polymers and electronics storage, and then you have your rockets land nearby. The drones will take the polymers back to the rocket and the rocket will take off. So this rocket has a lot of resources on it. No, it's got nothing left. So what are the drones doing? Well, I just finished. So they're not doing anything. Yeah, automatically, yeah, so they should be building this, but I have no power going to anything. So all the drones have stopped. This thing is scanning. Well, this is a very poor start to the game. I haven't even scanned that area, so I can't actually do anything with that. Oh, wait a minute, right there, that's what I was looking for. So let's zoom in, grab this little fella. Bring him over here. There we go. Couldn't find anything over here. So there might actually be some right there, but because I haven't scanned the area, I've got nothing. Let's have a look. 29%. If you want to speed this scanning up, you can actually build a scanner. Like I said earlier, I don't need one just now because focusing on this one area, so I don't want to waste any resources on something I don't really need just yet. It does take a while at the beginning, as you can see. Haven't even got the metal to build a basic energy. concrete is basic resource you need to start off with. And I haven't even got the blueprints for that, or a prefab for that. See, I'm not quite sure. Okay, so I need a prefab for these. I can't build them from scratch on the planet, so I've got to order these from Earth. These ones I can build here. Okay, let's see if I just put this one here. Yep, he's going to build that. That's just an extra bit of power.
Anomaly analyzed.
Okay, something for research. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Increased by 50%. That will be very useful once we get a population going. As far as I understood, you could salvage already, so maybe that gives you more resources back from it. That's very good. Again, not really useful just now, but that'll be pretty good later on when I got more drones and wider distances to work on. Once you get your power production going, that's not going to be an issue. 25% extra production would be pretty good. The faster you can mine things, the better off you're going to be. Okay, again, I haven't really played the game, so I'm not entirely sure how specialties work with the population, and that's not really an early game thing we need to worry about. Let's see. The game is going very slow. We're only two. Okay, I'm going to fast forward this because I can't seem to do anything at all. You don't really want to build a dome right now because, for one thing, you don't even have any of the resources to build it. I've got no cement at all. No. How do I get? This fella's collecting metal. Awesome. So once he's finished that, he's going to bring the metal back, and we can start building this. What's going on here? Well, I'm not going to open it up to get more energy. Over here it says we can open it up. Now the problem with that is, when a dust storm comes, it can clog up the machinery and make them not work. Oh, the rocket's here. Awesome. So let's see. Close by. Boom. Go back to slow play. Let's see, where are you? Taking a little bit longer than the first rocket. Okay. That's the shadows of the rock. Okay. So no vehicles should come out of this because I haven't actually gathered any. So as soon as this opens, the drone should start moving and collect. There we go. They're going to collect the resources and park them over here. Hopefully they'll start building the electrical area as well. Oh, is this the research one? Yep. Okay, so there was another yellow one to research. Where was it there? Whoops. The zoom thing is a little hard to get a handle of. Okay, so he's going to drive over there. Okay, so the drone should start building this electrical wiring and the concrete. This has been a very bad start. I watched a few videos. I haven't watched a lot of playthroughs, just the beginning ones to get my handle of it.
Anomaly found.
How do they find that? Not going to complain? Okay. Let's see what happens if I click on that. Okay, so this might give us more research. Alright. This zooming in and out is a little difficult. Our current research goals. Okay. Okay. Are these more drones? They are. But they don't seem to be building. I do have... Well, they've taken all the metal off. I did all the metals, didn't I? Okay, there's more metal here. Not seeing any, like a 28. Could have sworn I had a whole heap of metal on this one. That was the whole point of this, was to bring a few metal down. But I don't see any metal. Concrete 1. 2. What am I missing? That's got nothing on it. Am I going mad, or did I not order... Did I not order metals? Hang on, don't tell me that's metal right here. No, it's not metal. It's not dark enough. It's just a lump of rock. Oh, also, when the rockets land and take off, they do produce dust, and your buildings can be covered in dust. This game is very in-depth with their graphics and the way the things work. So this is like a mining network. So every time it digs into the ground, it's going to be producing dust, and the buildings surrounding it will be covered in dust. Plenty of power, and he's full, so let's bring him over here. No, I want him to unload. No, I want him to
Breakthrough discovered.
Let's just bring him over. Okay, so neural empathy. Okay, what's this? Again, don't have any colonists just yet, so not really needing to research it. It does take twice as much research as the others, so it's not something I'm going to focus on. How much power do you have in you? Okay, let's send you over here. Hopefully that will recharge you by being there. Is it on its way back? It is. Okay, I could have sworn I ordered a whole heap of metal because that was the main thing I would needed. Yet there doesn't seem to be a single metal here. These things were prefab, so they wouldn't have used the metal there. Let's see. There's no power grid because I haven't got any metal. What am I missing here? If this car parks here, will these take the metal from it? I want him to give demand on a storage depot. That one. Nope, what's this? Unload here. Okay, awesome. No, dang it. Unload here. Okay, so he's going to put the metal here. That takes 30. He's got 30. Awesome. So once he's unloaded the metal here, that should start building here. Let's have a look. Awesome. This is actually pretty cool the way they've okay, it's a bit odd. You have to use your scroll wheel to rotate the screen. Okay, why is he taking that metal? Why is he taking the metal over there? There's nothing over there. What? What just happened? Okay, this one's starting to build them. He took the metal. Oh, gee whiz. I don't know. You can. Maybe not. Thought that was metal. Okay. Now I did see. There we are. I knew I saw some down here. You can collect that metal. Awesome. So what do I need to construct this? Metal, and I've got machine parts. Okay, so the metal is being brought in. 3 of 6. 4, 5, and 6 of 6, hopefully. 4. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, look at that. Okay, and this one's actually building it. That's actually a pretty cool graphic, I think. Now the sun will just shoot out and start grinding up the does it have power? You can see it's got pollution or smoke. Got 5 power. There we. Hang on, I thought I had it going that way. Okay, so everything in this grid, it will take on cement. Okay, so the cement will go here, and then waste material will go here. Okay, this is actually starting to be a pretty good. Okay, that was a very poor start, but now we're actually starting to get somewhere. Okay, so this thing has power, has 4 drones. This thing has 4 drones. How many drones do I have all up? Doesn't say. Okay. Okay, cement. Okay, so what I want to do is, again, because I'm going to try to build in the central area and leave that blank, I'm probably going to put my waste storage somewhere over here. So dumping storage. So let's see. Actually, that's not within any drones, so it might not actually go there. Okay, so it's slowly. So they should start picking up the cement and bringing it over here. Okay. So I have another drone hub. So let's see if this one is there. Let's electricity. Okay, let's see if I click on this. So where these 2 rocks are, actually I think that's a bit low. Where these 2 rocks are, if I bring the power right to here, or right to there actually, I can build the other drone hub right there and it will overlap. So let's see if I can do that. Okay. Okay, so if I build the drone hub in these 3 here, I think it's a 3x3. Nope, it's 3x4.
Sector scanned.
let's just put it there. So the drones should build this all the way through. Now sector scan should be the top one up here. So there's nothing here. There's nothing to resource. Like it's mountainous. You can't even get to it. But it's scanned. It's out of the way. Okay. So let's see. Will this thing really charge now? 35. Is that? Okay. So you got to park on it. Okay, sweet. So as soon as he's fully charged, I'm going to send him off again. The other drone here, 15. So once he's gotten that, I'll get him to unload the resources here. Okay, slow start, but we're getting somewhere. Okay, so here you can see that this is pretty much useless. But we've got this overlap. Okay, so we've got an overlap. We've got them building pretty well now. Okay, so what we need is... well, only metal deposits up here. Oh, this must be rare metals. Actually doesn't tell you what it is. Because that's metals too. Oh, it might actually be metal. Just sunlight's reflecting off it. Okay. Okay. Let's see, what else do I want to build? Okay, so I've got another battery. And I'll put this over near this fella. Let's see what else. Battery accumulator. Okay, so this outputs power and this stores power. Now they work pretty good because just say an asteroid hits this and destroys it, you'll have a bit of backup and be able to build something else later on. So what I want to focus on here, let's zoom out again. Yeah, so if I build up in this area power production, water production, and then build a dome over here to get the metals. I've got to be careful because an asteroid hit could destroy my power supply and the dome will be out without power. So it's good to have like a redundant power line come around, but then you've got to scan everything, you've got to build everything, so it takes up resources, but you know, having redundant power supplies coming around from different areas and having, instead of having all your power here and that's it, it's good to have a bit of power here, a bit of power there. The way I always build in these sorts of city building games is every dome is a self-sustaining entity, and I will try to have power, water going to this dome that I'm going to build in here. And then I'm going to try to have another power supply area for whatever other domes I build. Okay, so these each have 4 drones. I might have to actually bring another rocket in with a whole heap of drones. Might be a way to get things done. Not getting a lot of waste product. None whatsoever so far. The drones seem to be bored. Don't seem to have anything to do. Actually, I might not need even drones. Okay, so let's see where I can build. Drone hub. Recharge. Do I want one of these here? I need power for that. I don't want to build that because I don't have the power. So this is centralized. This is pretty much centralized. So if I've got a dome here and another dome here, I'll build that tower right smack bam between them. Because, yeah, it just seems to help within the game. What's this here? What's going on? I think it's... oh, does it highlight when you're out? Oh, it highlights when you've highlighted. Okay. Okay, so there's not much. Salvage, yeah, makes the demolished half of the construction. Ah, okay, so that salvage research must mean that you get more from it. Okay, so let's see about building resources, energy and stuff like that. So this one is pretty good. One maintenance, but how often do you have to maintain it? Okay, so what's my vehicle up to? Nothing. It's got 18, so let's have him drop off his resources here. Actually, I've got a refueling station. Let's build okay, so to build these, they need to be connected to the electrical wire. So, space-wise, spacing, I'm leaving a gap in here because once you build, you can actually rotate that and stick that in there. So if it was up in here between them, it wouldn't actually be touching the grid, so it won't actually produce any power. So, okay. So what do I have in the way of? How much do I have in a machine parts? So I have any 23. Decreased by dust accumulation to industrial, protected from dust while turned off. I don't see how turning them off unless they have some sort of enclosure. Okay, so what's this do? Oh, that's what I should have done. Had that between them. I'll have that for now. I will have a battery backup. I think that should be connected there. Hang on, is that even connected? Yeah, it seems to be connected. No, don't keep hitting the wrong button. Okay. Awesome. So that's going to... I've already got 30 because I've got 3 of these. This will keep the power. And this is backup pretty much. So I've got my power production going pretty decently. I've got connection. Concrete extractors going pretty well. I could probably build another one. Rare metals, polymer factory. So I don't need any of these just yet. Maybe I shouldn't have bothered bringing these in because I don't really need them, but moisture vaporizer. So let's see. Oh, this is something I should show you as well. So you can see I can't build on where the rocket's platform is because that's basically high traffic area, I'd assume, as it would seem to suggest. Okay, so when you're building anything to do with the electrical or water pipes, you can actually overlay them. So you can see that right over the electrical cables you can build the water pipe. Okay, so why won't it let me build? This is very tricky, this thing. There we go, and then through here. Okay, so the water production here, how much power does this need? 5. So how much power? Hourly production, Total amount of 21. Okay. So at night time it should drop down to 30 because I won't be getting any sunlight. But I'm still within that threshold, plus I've got stored power. So the battery stores 60. Nope. Oh, it actually stores more than 60. It's still going up. So that's pretty good. Now this research thing, I want to send it.
Research complete.
I want to send it over here. So will it? Yep, it's moving. Let's have a look at our research. Again, this isn't really needed until we got population. As you can see, the requirements for the building is 6 people. So it actually needs a population to build it. So this isn't something we need to research immediately. And until this empties out, you don't really need to worry about focusing on too much. Okay, we want to get more water. That's a very... Oh, excuse me, that's very important. So I want to get more water production. Don't plan on destroying anything just yet, so that's not really important. They're not really doing anything, so I don't really care too much just now. And until I get my power boosted, I'm not really gonna focus on getting anything that upgrades power need. And again, no population, so pretty good for now. Is he... What's that? Oh, that looks like there's a bit of rock on there. Okay, I forgot about the the zooming in is getting a little annoying. Did he drop off? Oh wait a minute, I used the wrong one. What's the transport? So let's see, can you... No, you can't mine that. Let's get you over here. Which one's this? Transport Explorer Rover. Get the Explorer over here. Okay, so over here I just noticed this is a dust storm, a dust devil. Basically a little miniature tornado. They will kick up dust and will cover your equipment. Also, I believe they get too strong, they can actually cause damage. So when you got something like this, you really need to make sure you got a redundancy. So if this gets destroyed, you can have another one coming through here, just in case this one gets destroyed. So therefore they're interconnected. I don't think if it gets destroyed, you lose water and power from it leaking out. I think it's like an automatic shut off, and it just goes reroutes the other way. Okay, so this thing has been going for 40 minutes, and I haven't really gotten too far in the game. I think I've run out of metal from the looks of it. Let's see, what do I need to build the pipe? Yep. Only costs 1 metal per hex, 5 hexes, but I seem to have run out already. What's this got? Concrete. So as you can see, concrete is it's low grade. It's 700 and I don't know what that means. Maybe just stop mining it. It might. What's this? I don't understand. Oh, that's what I forgot to build. Dang it. I was so focused. The water tower. See, it's pumping water nowhere. So let's get that sorted. And let's get that sorted on the other side. Okay, so the water will be pumped in there and saved. But still, we need to get metal. Okay, at this point I should really have started my first dome. but I think I just built a little too far away. I really wanted to get the water resources so I could pump the water to the dome because they're very important. But because I've built so far away, I need to get a lot of metal so I can get the piping network up to the first dome. Also, I want to research this one here because I'm either going to have to get the piping up through here, or if there's another resource here, I can just build a dome between that and the other resource, and the people can mine both of them. Okay, so I'm going to have to get another rocket, I think. Be careful of meteor impacts. Probably get another rocket to land up here. Ooh, a lot of meteors. That's where it's going to hit. I can only assume that a meteor impact would bring debris such as metal components and stuff. So maybe they cause damage, but they do leave resources behind, I would assume. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up one more rocket. I don't know how many I have. I've got 3 more rockets available. Let's have a look at the prefabs. No. Yeah, I think my last 2 rockets will be food and people, I think. Let's have a look. I'm gonna need one of those at least. Moisture vaporizer will be pretty useful. Did I build? No, I haven't built that because I don't have the water for it. These are good, but once you start building your own energy production, these are quite useless sort of things. So they kind of have their place. And as you can see from the picture to the left, they're actually for oh wait. Okay, these are inside the dome, and this seems to be out on the planet. Okay, so again, I don't really think I need anything more. I'm going to be building the drone hub, so I don't really need the rover. I might get one more of these because they're good for. Actually, no, there's nothing for them to collect. Surface deposits. There's not much in the way of surface deposits. Drones aren't very useful at the moment. Metal is very useful, so I'm just going to get a whole heap of that. Whoop. Let's see. Let's get a few of these. And then we'll launch it. People who have played the game are probably thinking, "Oh, you're an idiot, why are you doing that?" Well, I haven't played the game before. So I'm just randomly doing things. So let's see, it's okay, let's see, this is 10. Again, I haven't got any people, so I don't have to worry about oxygen just yet. Okay, so that's hasn't been built yet. So once that rocket...
Research complete.
Okay,
Anomaly analyzed.
I was hoping that would take me to it. Yeah, so it's got metal there. Is there anything else for you? No. So let's just get you parked here and waiting. What about you? Get you parked there. Fully charge your battery while you're doing nothing. What else can I do now quickly? Okay, so I got water, power. I'm hoping that, unlike the water pipe, which I couldn't build here, I'm hoping that the power transfers through that building. So even though there's power here, I'm hoping that this power will also transfer through there. If not, I'm going to have to build around it, which will be annoying. Again, I'm going to have to wait for that rocket to arrive. Then I'm going to scan this square here to make sure there's nothing worth collecting. So I'll scan that one, probably these two, probably these four, because I want to scan around this ridge. So if there's anything in here, I can build power extensions out to it. This might be a very good area to build in as well. There's a lot of flat land in here. 47, 84, 70. Yes, that's buildable area. You don't really need that much. You only need one dome per production slot, sort of thing. Okay, so yeah, drones can't access that. I know that now, or from when I built it in. Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully this hasn't been too boring. If someone does actually have any suggestions on how to make my channel better, I'm more than happy to accept criticism. Just keep it civil in the conversations, and I'll see you in the next video.